Hey guys, Uncle Ray, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. The goal of this channel is to help you get in the group of people that actually make money in crypto. Over 90% of everyone investing in crypto lose money. We want to change that. And in this video, we're going to talk about what's going on right now and maybe my game plan for the remainder of this bull run. But I really just want to rant, guys, because I am tired. I know you guys are tired. Heck, I wake up this morning, I have a lot of emails, people asking a lot of questions. They're worried, they're scared, they're wanting to get out. They're telling me they're tired, and everything was down. And then boom, like they flip a switch, and everything is up today. So we're going to talk about that. And I'm just going to give you some things to think about because we are getting late into the season. Now, for me, I'm still bullish, but my strategy is changing very aggressively. And I can't be more bullish on Bitcoin, but when it comes to altcoins, guys, I think we will have a altcoin season, but I don't think for most projects, they're going to make up the ground they lost, especially the people, unfortunately, that bought high on some of these projects. They're probably not going all the way back and make new all-time highs. I hope I'm wrong. But to be honest, unless it does it really fast, I'll be out across the board and I'll just be going into the bear mode and start shorting. So we're going to talk about that in this video. So anyway, hit that like button. Let's dive into it. Okay, guys, I've been screaming this as much as I can without getting on your nerves. The Fear and Greed Index is a great way to invest in crypto. And if you look, when it gets to the orange and definitely getting into the red, which we were right there, and now we're having an up day. But guys, I want you to think about something. People that have already stepped in the last couple of days, they already are making profits and they can grab handfuls already because these are substantial. And again, guys, I know that you want me to tell you get a Lambo and that we're just going to wake up and everything's going to pump 15x and it's all good. But the big boys are here. Things have changed, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to give you some alpha that you really need to hear because it's not too late to change your strategy. Now, the first piece of alpha before we dive into this is, guys, I want you to think about something. If we have altcoin season, you know, if you get a 2-3x and things start pumping, I want you to think about this. If you put in $1,000 and you got $2,000 or $4,000, I know you don't want to sell because you're thinking, oh, I am going to get that 15x. But guys, if you put in $1 million, would you be having that conversation? No. And most of the people investing in crypto are doing it on leverage. And we're going to talk about that because it matters. So that guy that puts in $1 million and creates some FOMO, that FOMO, like on days like this, if people are running out saying, oh, I'm going to miss it, the bottom's in, you're the exit liquidity. And we're going to talk about that. Bear with me. Now, guys, unfortunately, I don't think retail is ever coming back like we know it. I do believe if we fast forward a couple of years, there might be some retail stepping into the ETFs. But then it's going to be trading more like a mutual fund or the stock market. Because think about it, guys. I do believe, I'm pretty sure, that after the election, like when all the Dino tokens pumped, that was retail. They had came back from the cycle before, and they knew HBAR, Algorand, and XRP. But think about it, guys. When retail finally came back, they're all getting wrecked. They're all down like 50 to 80% from coming back. You think they're ready to add more money or tell their friends? I don't think retail's here. I don't think they're coming back. So I don't think someone's gonna take your projects that you bought high for whatever that's worth. Now, here's something to look out for today, in my opinion. I don't see the bottom being in for altcoins with the stock market down. Now, I'm still bullish because I think the tariffs and the government shutdown is going to change. Trump could put out a text at any time that rips this market. So for people that want to follow like the fear and greed index and dollar cost average into your favorite altcoin, I think that's smart. All right. Like I said, guys, I'm just going to rant away, but bear with me because I got something I really want to talk to you about. Now, Bitcoin dominance. Guys, it just keeps going up. This is basically the entire cycle. We got these little bitty pullbacks, but look what they got in 2021. That's what altcoin season's supposed to look like. But I'm not so convinced if Bitcoin breaks down that it creates altcoin season, because we didn't get it when Bitcoin dropped from here to there. Altcoins didn't rip, for whatever that's worth. All right, here's what I really, really want to talk to you about. This is what this whole video is about. Look at this, guys. The perp accounts for 90% of crypto market behavior. Guys, most people are not buying spot. They're not thinking like people in 2018 or 2021, just buy it and it goes up. They're thinking trade this thing up and down on leverage. So that's why when you see projects like Filecoin and AIA, which we're going to talk about here in a second, and FET's coming alive, and all of a sudden you think, wow, here it goes, here it goes. Well, guys, somebody's up with that $1 million. He's made 1.31 million today, if he's not even on leverage. What do you think he's waiting for? So no matter how high Filecoin or any of these pump, the big money's going to take their profits and they're going to do it again. Now, the point I wanted to make, and thank goodness I remember this about retail, is that, guys, we're basically trading amongst ourselves. We're each other's profits and losses. And I know about 20 people that have made life-changing gains in this altcoin season. All the foundations, all the people that created these projects, all the companies that have been dumping on us, they're not even making millions, they're making billions. It's a blood sport, guys. So if you're not being aggressive, taking profits and pulling money, extracting, and you think this market's just going to go up, up, and up, why would they change their method? Again, check this out, guys. In our inner circle, we're going to short. We're already been shorting ICP, and Arweave and Filecoin we just added. Now, why did we do that, guys? I believe the reason they're pumping, they just got listed as part of Aster perps. So now it's part of Binance, manipulating the BS out of this market. So what do those boys do? Hey, let's roll into something no one's been talking about. These three tokens hadn't had any love to speak of in this cycle. Well, let's just go pump those up. Now, I don't know if it's going to last today, tomorrow, the next day, a week, or how high they will pump these tokens. But I do know that they're not going to lead this altcoin season, and the big money's going to pump them up, get that liquidity, and they're going to start taking profits. These things are not just going to go up, up, and up, right? And then what are they going to do? They're going to roll into something else, whatever they pick. Maybe they'll pick gaming. Hope so. Maybe they'll go back into memes. Who knows? RWA, that's definitely should be hot. AIs, right? They just keep rolling from one sector to the other. And meanwhile, people are like, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. And next thing you know, the perp trader whales, the manipulators, the insiders, the market makers, the exchanges, take their profits and move on, and we're sitting there holding the bag. Again, guys, the reason I harp on that is if you know how to short, which we'll talk about at the end, you got a fighting chance. We've been doing well in a bull market. Most people tell you not to sell or short in a bull market. But guys, wait till the bear gets here if you know how to short. But now let me just prove my point. For some people to be like, oh, well, that's not true. They're not going to roll up. ICP is going to keep trucking. Hey, maybe it will. Hopefully I'm wrong. But check this out. Guys, this is AIA. I know you've seen it. This thing has done like an 18x in the last month. But look at that, guys. This is this morning. Since this morning. So I woke up. This thing was up like 485% for the day. Look at that. It's massive. And then it crashed and gave every single bit about that. I mean, every single bit of it back. And then some. So if you got up this morning, anyone pretty much have bought it, got wrecked. But again, proves my point. Whoever started this FOMO, who's behind it, right? They put in a lot more money than we ever thought about. And once everyone started getting excited, they just slowly start taking profits. Look at that. There's no volume. Where did this pump come from? Just FOMO. And now, here's some more alpha, guys, and this is great alpha. Whether you want to learn the short or not, you have to understand this. Now, when you see something like this, you can guarantee 100% of the time that you're going to see this right here. And the reason being that those same guys that were using the exit liquidity, right, starting to sell into this pump, well, you can bet they went short. So what happens when you go short? You sold something you don't own on leverage. Well, when they take profits, what do they have to do? Everyone else is giving up, so no one else is going to buy it, right? They have to go in the market to buy to cover their position. So you're always going to get that bounce. Always remember that, guys. Anytime the markets crash, always remember there's going to be a big bounce. And a lot of times that's where people get wrecked because they're like, oh, wow, the bottom's in. We can go back in. Nope, it was just a dead cat bounce and the market goes lower. So the odds are this thing's going to get back down in here and trade sideways. Maybe they take it up again today, tomorrow, next week. Who knows? Maybe they just move out, because if you look at the full thing of what happens, if you look at what's happened with this thing, well, bear with me. Anyway, you can see that, guys, if this thing does nothing else, the early investors, the devs, the founders, that's like a 18, 20, 22x, depending on when you got in, just in a matter of weeks. Think about that. Boom, it's over. They made life-changing gains because they're smart enough to get out. Now, I know I'm rambling, but here's one last point, guys. This is USDT dominance. Guys, look at this. When it goes up, that means people are going into stablecoins. They're taking profits. They're getting out. But you look at this, guys. This is like after the election. Now, this was actually before the cycle started. And then when the cycle started was about right here. And they started, well, actually, bear with me. That's wrong. The cycle started right here. This was all the people getting out of the last cycle. Then they went into this cycle. So look what happened, guys. They come in. We've had false starts. And everyone gets excited. They take it out. Everyone gets excited. They take it out. Everyone gets excited. Just like right now. And they are, last couple of weeks, they started taking it out. Now look where we're at today. Right? They're going back in. Let's do it even shorter than that. Look at that. See? They're deploying money. That's why it's so red today. But what do you think they're going to do? Once they get that exit liquidity and that excitement, the odds are they're going to take it back up. Right? and that's pulling their money out, their profits, putting it in the stablecoins, and getting ready to start the FOMO again. So anyway, guys, hopefully this rant has helped you to get a strategy. My strategy right now is, for the most part, I'm holding tight with my bigger bags. When things start to pump, I am going to get out completely outside of my Bitcoin, and I am going to swing trade. So right now, when I'm buying these tokens, which I'm still stacking, I want to be clear, and I'm still bullish, but I'm going to be immediately aggressive getting out. I'm basically going to swing trade these things on low leverage. So that helps me get bigger profits on smaller moves. So that gets back to this, guys. Everyone that I know that has smart money, the 20 plus people I know that have made life-changing gains already, they have the same strategy. In Wall Street, the big boys have the same strategy. They are not looking for life-changing gains. They make life-changing gains already. When you put in $1 million, put in 10 million, and you bought Filecoin and it's up 133%, look how much money you made. You made $13 million in a day. They're not that greedy. They're ruthlessly greedy, but when they can go ahead and lock that 13 million in, they're going to do so. Now, they may decide to just take a handful. They put in 10 million, maybe they just take out their 10 million, right? And leave that other, 13 million in, right? But maybe they take out their initial investment, take 4 million out, 5 million, but they're going to take it out. Guys, the whole game, we've seen the game. Smart money, market makers, big influencers, they're just pumping and dumping, pumping and dumping, pumping and dumping. So why would all of a sudden they just start stacking and stacking, taking all their money out and let everyone have a huge altcoin season? So the reason I'm still bullish, I want to be clear, then we're going to talk about my shorting opportunity if you have an interest, is I believe the people that's made so much money in Bitcoin, especially the big whales and the people from Wall Street, they're going to take a percent of that out and play around because they got a big tax bill. So they're like, hey, if I lose this, I was going to pay it in taxes anyway, a lot of it. So they're going to probably play, but they're not going to bring up these shit tokens all the way up where people that bought the tops can make money and get their money back. I don't believe that's going to happen, period. All right, that being said, guys, if you want to learn to short, and I highly recommend it, I truly believe I have the best shorting course ever created, and I want to build the biggest shorting community out there. So what I've put together is my shorting course. It's 13 videos from A to Z, my strategy. And as you can tell, most people were shorting in the last couple of days when things already crashed. No, guys, you short the pumps. You short the all-time highs, which nothing's really making an all-time high. That's what you do in the bull market, and then we'll switch courses in the bear. But guys, if you want to learn to short, you get 13 videos in that course. You get a Zoom call with me so we can go over and make sure you understand the strategy. And you get 5 months of my inner circle for just $250. My inner circle costs more than that. Now, that being said, if you need some help with your portfolio, I have a portfolio course. It's 18 videos, and it goes from A to Z. How to dollar cost average in and out, get a profit-taking strategy, how to compare projects, how to understand tokenomics, market cap. Don't let anyone kid you guys. Only a fool would tell you that market cap and tokenomics don't matter. They matter. So for $250, I take a look at your portfolio with you, go through the course, and I answer most of the questions. Then we look at your portfolio in a Zoom call, 5 months of my inner circle for only $250, or you can just join the inner circle. That being said, guys, whether you take me up on any of that or not, and by the way, I'll leave my email linked in the comment section and in the description. Send me an email, send you information. But guys, whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor, get a good solid game plan. Take profits along the way. And guys, I would highly recommend, not financial advice, but if you put in $10,000 and you're down to 3, and it goes to 6 or 7 in the next, say, month, you might want to start grabbing some handfuls. Just a thought. If you're waiting for your token, we'll use Caspa, and I love Caspa, but if you bought Caspa at 15 cents, you know, I don't know if I'd be waiting till then. And if I was going to wait and I'm still bullish, then I'd be stacking now, lower your cost, right? And to be clear, guys, I think you can buy almost any of these tokens, right? I mean, look at ICP, look at Filecoin, Arweave. If you bought the bottom just yesterday, you more than doubled your money in a day. And if you were smart, you would take maybe all of that out, put it in dry powder, and wait till this craziness gets better. Or at least take a handful. But guys, that's the whole point. If the people that are using leverage and have dry powder are just going to buy these bottoms, they're not trying to run them up 20x. Why would they do that? Why would they take the risk? They have, even if they have small accounts like, you know, $5,000 or $10,000, when they're using 10x leverage, some of them use 50 or 100x leverage, they're making a killing. They're always going to dump on you. All right, that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you bullish? Are you going to buy the bottom? Are you going to start stacking? I mean, I really believe DCAN is good anytime. Again, guys, let that be your guide. And hey, at some point, it's probably going to be game over. And yeah, we shouldn't have dollar cost average down at that time. I'm just not there yet. I think the government shutdown is the only reason November is not ripping. I really do. And I think when they settle that, and they've got to settle it, we've already went the longest in history. It's 36 days, guys, and it's 100% pumped every time they've settled that in history. I did a video yesterday talking about it, so I'll post that if you want to take a look at it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let me know what you think, guys. Hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything if you appreciate the hard work, if nothing else. Let me know what you think in the comments, and come back, subscribe, and be part of this community. All right, guys. Take care.